Shalom. And I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachachodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forth this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Aquath as well, that's listening with sincerity. All right, today, just coming back at you guys through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And who is the great multitude in Revelation 7 and 9? Who is that great multitude? Who are that great multitude? All right, because, Christians, they use this particular chapter and verse to justify how that basically the Lord is going to save everybody, even the heathen nations outside of the nation of Israel, which is completely false. Okay? Because, before we get Revelation 7, let's get this real quick in John 4. Because what did Yahushua tell that woman that was at the well? Right? Because the woman at the well was not an Israelite, okay? She was a heathen. All right? I'm going to read this real quick. This is John 4 and verse, I'll start at verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. The woman was, referring to speaking to Yahushua. That's who she called Sir, right? She said, verse 20, Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yahushua saith unto the woman, Believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, or of the Israelites, okay? Which Jews is short for Judah, all right? Because at that time, mass majority of our people that were dwelling at Jerusalem or in Israel was the southern kingdom, okay? Because when you go into the history, the northern kingdom had went to the new world, quote, to the Americas, all right? That you can read that in the book of 2nd Esdras 13, right? Which even in Kings, it goes into that a little bit too, right? When we got, basically the northern kingdom got overtaken by the Assyrians. They led them captive, and then, when you read in 2nd Esdras 13, they basically took counsel among themselves that they should go in another land and dwell there and try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, that's why here it says Jews, but salvation is for the Israelites. That's why Yahushua was telling that woman, okay, because she was a heathen, okay? Because when we got overtaken by the Assyrians, right? They took us out of the land, referring to the northern kingdom, and they placed heathens in there. That's why the Lord commanded the disciples not to go in Samaria, because a lot of heathen were dwelling in there, man. For instance, example number 1, that woman at the well. She was a Samaritan woman, right? She was a heathen. That's why the Lord said, you don't know what you're worshiping. Salvation is of the Jews. Salvation is only for the Israelites. So right there, that's another, how do you call that? Another cut, all right? How that salvation is not for everybody, man. Because if it was, the Lord would have accepted this woman, okay? But rather, he rebuked her and said, you don't know what you're worshiping. We know what we're worshiping. Salvation is only for the Israelites, only for my people, not for you. That's what the Lord basically told her in a nutshell. Okay? So now let's get Revelation 7. All right? And verse, we'll go to the point, verse 9. But when you go up and read in the chapter, it tells you how that, I'll read verse 4 real quick. Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the voice of them that were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So 144,000 were sealed. Okay, it was sealed with that thawa, that mark of exemption from destruction. Because even when you go up, I should have started at verse 2, to be honest. You know what? Let's start at verse 2 real quick. I'm gonna run through it real quick. This is Revelation 7 and verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Once again, going to that mark of exemption, that thawa, which you could read about in Ezekiel 9:4. Okay, that mark of exemption for judgment. So, the basically those four angels, all right, which are holding the four winds, which are holding the winds, which is the destruction, right? The missiles, the destruction. In other words, they're holding that back until the elect, the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, is sealed. Once they're sealed, that's when the destruction could come. All right. And then when we read verse 4, right, 144,000 were sealed of the children of Israel. That's the governing body of the world to come, of the kingdom to come, which is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. Okay. And the 144,000 that was sealed are men. Okay. Strictly men. There's no woman in the midst. Okay. Scriptures tell you how that, the Lord deals with men, right? His congregation is men, in so many words. What's that precept? I think it's in Ezekiel. There's even one, and I'll get that one in Revelation 21 real quick. Tabernacle of the Most High is with men. Let's see. Yep. This is Revelation 21 verse 3. It says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. You see, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, he's dealing with men. The flock of his pasture is men. That's the precept that was in my mind. That one's in Ezekiel. That the Lord said the flock of his pasture are men. He's dealing with men. So that 144,000 is men. But as we're going to go on and read and get to verse 9, that's when it's going to speak about the great multitude, right? It goes on and says, verse 5, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. And then it's going to go on of all the tribes, how much men are sealed. And it's 12,000 from each tribe. 12,000 different judges from each tribe. Okay, different kings, princes, rulers of the world to come. Okay, but we're going to jump down to verse 9. All right, verse 9, it says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Okay, so once again, when I started the lesson, I said, what, Christians, they use this precept to basically back up how that the Lord is coming for everybody. That's not so. This great multitude is referring, once again, still the nation of Israel. We read John 4. Salvation is only of the Jews, only for the Israelites. Okay? And the elder in Dallas, the elder Yashawamba, he always makes that point of how come the amount of people that the Lord is going to save is numbered, but the great multitude is not numbered. And here it is. The nation of Israel is his chosen people, but he has he's numbered the amount that he's going to save. But for the heathens, is an innumerable, a great multitude that's going to be saved. Makes no sense. Okay? The Lord loves the nation of Israel. He only showed his word unto the nation of Israel. He's only dealing with the nation of Israel. So how come he's showing more favor unto the heathens? Right? No, it's because what? That great multitude is Israelites. Okay? Because you got to understand, going back to the curses, our nation, we've been scattered amongst all people. Okay? That's part of the curses. How that we're going to be scattered amongst all these nations. That's why, like we read in Revelation 7 and 9, right? That great multitude which no man can number, out of all kindreds and tongues and people of the earth, is because what? There's are people within these different nations, man. Okay? This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. It says, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even to the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. You see, part of the curses is what? The Lord is going to scatter us amongst all people. This is one of the curses. Deuteronomy 15 on down is just strictly curses that would befall our people in these last days. And throughout different lifetimes, we went through these curses. And here it is. This is the last lifetime, or the last go around, where we're going to suffer these curses. Okay, so indeed our people are scattered amongst all people, man. Okay, serving other gods, worshiping wood and stone. Jake is into Muslim, Christianity, Buddha, ancestors, whatever type of doctrine they're into it. They're not following the Lord right now. Only a small remnant is turning back and repenting, actually following the power. But as for the rest of our people, they're completely seduced by the ways of the heathen, following after their gods. Like it tells you in Jeremiah 2, hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people has changed their God, man. They have changed their glory by following after these false idols, these false gods. Okay? But once more, there's going to be a remnant that's going to come out of that, all right, and serve their Lord. Okay? Which that remnant is also of that number of the great multitude, man. Okay? That great multitude is the nation of Israel, the elect. Okay? Because the elect, there's the 144,000 governing body and also that great multitude. Okay? Well, hey, part of that great multitude is women, children. Okay? We're going to need women to repopulate, right? Which, you know, you have the heathen women as well. We're gonna have to repopulate, but we're gonna need women of our nation as well too, right? There's wives, brothers, daughters. Okay, they're gonna have to be saved too. Those that believe, they're gonna have to be saved too. When Yahushua was on the scene, there was women that believed on him. Okay, Mary Magdalene, those two, that sister there that was serving him. Okay, the one that washed his feet with her hair and that oil that she had of great price. Even Apostle Paul, you know, he gave honor to particular women, their work that they did in the ministry. Okay, how that they helped him, you know, when he was traveling, so and you know and whatnot. You read that within his different letters. So there is gonna be women that's gonna be saved too. You know. But yeah, that great multitude is the nation of Israel, man. It's not these heathen nations, because the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. The only reason why I said it was all kindreds, tongues, and nations is because we're scattered amongst all people. That's why, let's get this also in Matthew, the Lord gave the commission, like, again, going back to these Christians, you know, what's the Great Commission, right? They try to bring that out to justify, hey, anybody could be saved. You accept Jesus, you could be saved. No. The reason why the Lord gave this commission to his disciples is because what? We're scattered amongst all people. Let's read it. And then when you really dive into this, you actually read it with comprehension, with the Holy Spirit guiding you. It makes sense. It makes sense that our people are scattered everywhere. Okay? Because Jake, we like women. We like the heathen woman. The Ishmael woman, you know, the Esau woman, the snow bunnies. Okay? The Moabite woman, we love the daughters of men. Hey, even going back to Genesis. Oh, let's get that real quick. We're going to get Matthew 28. Going back to Genesis, man. This is Genesis 6 and verse 2. Verse 1. It says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that they saw. It says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Okay, who are the sons of God? The Israelites. And who are the daughters of men or the sons of men? The heathen nations. Okay, because you have three classifications of men. And we just broke down two. The sons of God are the Israelites. The sons of men are the heathen nation. And then the last one, the third one, is what? The sons of the wicked, which is what? The Edomites, the so-called white people. Okay? They're the sons of the wicked. All right, so here it is. Here we're reading the Israelites. Back then, they had the title of, you know, sons of God. That's what we were known as back then. Okay, we saw the daughters of the heathen nation. What? They were fair. They were beautiful. They were good looking. Fine. Therefore, what? We took them wives and we chose whoever we liked. And what do you think we did with them? We put them on the shelf? No, we popped them and got kids. And here this Jake is still doing that till this day. Okay, getting with the heathen woman. Okay, right now we're seeing a shift where Jake is fed up with the Israelite woman, fed up with the black woman, especially women of the southern kingdom. Jake is fed up with them now, bro. Now they're moving towards snow. Okay, Moabite, anything outside of the so-called black woman, man. Jake is going for that, you know? So it's only natural that what our seed is going to be dispersed within these different nations and looking like them. Okay? Because throughout generations, you're going to pick up the traits of these other nations. You know, let's say you lay with a white woman. Your son's going to come out looking light-skinned. Let's say your son likes white women as well. He goes and gets a white woman, gets children with that woman. The child's going to look more light-toned. To where that if that continues, hey, later on, what, they're going to be looking just like the Edomites. Right? But what, that spirit that's within them, it's not that of an Edomite, it's that of an Israelite. Only because they mixed themselves with the Edomites. That's why, hey, you have Jakes today that look like white people. All right? It's really simple. You know, if you're using your brain, you look at it, you're like, simple, man. It's pretty simple. Okay? So let's go back to Matthew 28 and verse 18. It says, And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in heaven and on earth. Right? After Yahushua was crucified and resurrected, he came and, supped with the disciples 40 days, 40 nights, broke bread with them. And then, this is one of his last words, you may say, or one of his last commandments that he gave unto his disciples. Right? It says, verse 19, Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I commanded you. And lo, I am with you even unto the end of the world. Amen. The reason why the Lord said, go and teach all nations, because what? We're dispersed amongst all nations. We read it in Deuteronomy 28 and 64. That's why Yahushua said this to his disciples, which trickles down to us. We're preaching to gather the elect that's within these different nations. That's what we're doing. We're simply following the commandment that Yahushua gave to teach all nations. Because regardless, all people have to hear this word. They have to hear the warning. So that when the destruction comes, they have no excuse, especially our people, because that's who this warning is for. Regardless if these heathens take heed, they're still going to get caught in the judgment, because the Lord is not dealing with them. That great multitude is not heathens. It's Israelites. Even going back to the coronation that Ezra saw. Let's get that too. Because Ezra saw the coronation, right? Once the elect got beamed up, and then here it is, they're being rewarded by Yahushua. It tells you how that it was a great multitude. Let's get that. Okay, showing you it's not heathens, man. All right? Let's read this. This is 2 Ezra 2, verse 42. It said, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Lord with songs. See, he saw a great people on Mount Zion, who he could not number. And it said a Mount Zion. Okay? Zion is synonymous for Israel, Jerusalem, and Zion means monument. Okay? And he saw a great people. Just like we read in Revelation 7 and 9, a great people. Let's continue. It says, verse 43, And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, which is Yahushua. That's that young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So that's basically the elect, those that got basically saved, all right, received salvation. Now they're receiving crowns. They're receiving a reward from their Lord, from our Lord, which we hope we're part of that number. Okay, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they which have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. And they have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I to the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then I began greatly to command them that stood stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Right? So they basically received that reward. But the point was that what? He saw a great people, right? Whom he could not number. Just like we read in Revelation, a great people from all kindreds, a great multitude, which cannot be numbered. Okay, here it is. The Lord is going to save the heathen, which is he despises. He counts as a drop of a bucket, as spittle. Here it is going to save a great multitude of them that cannot be numbered. Makes no sense, man. Read 2 Ezra 6:54 and down. It tells you how the Lord looks at these heathen. Spittle, drop of a bucket. Isaiah 42, if I'm not mistaken, goes into that too. They're like a dust that is weighed in the balance. Okay? They have no value. So why would he save a great multitude of them? They have no value in the sight of the Lord, man. They're just gonna be in the times to come when all hell breaks loose. They're just gonna be, in the movies when you have extras that just get killed off and then nobody regards them. Whenever you watch Avengers and then Avengers fucking wrecking the city, throwing cars everywhere and then breaking buildings, do you think about the people in the buildings? Oh man, how come this character had to be killed? What's his name? You don't think about that. You just focus on the main characters, right? That's how the Lord looks at these heathen nations. They're just extras that could just get caught in the damage and nobody gives a fuck about them. That's how the Lord sees these heathen nations. So why would he save a great multitude of them? You know? Let's get this in Isaiah. Let's get this in Isaiah. Isaiah 11 and verse 11. It's going to prove the point even more. How that great multitude is not referring to heathen nations. This is Isaiah 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Right? When was the first time the Lord recovered the remnant of his people? It was Egypt. That was the first Exodus. That was the first salvation, in a sense. Okay, but now the second time is going to be here in Babylon the Great in America, which is the modern day Egypt. Okay, and also all the parts of the world where people are scattered, such as Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, Hamath, islands of the sea. People are dispersed everywhere. So if they're dwelling there, they're going to be looking like these people. Because what? Their seed have been mingled with them. Hosea 8 and 8. Right? We have. Let's get that one. Hosea 8. Hosea 8 and verse 8. It says, Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles of this vessel wherein is no pleasure. We're swallowed up. We're amongst the Gentiles, man. You think Jake's just going to be on the Gentiles, keeping to themselves, twiddling their thumbs, just dealing with their own nation? No, Jake is going to see fine things of the heathen nation, get down with them. All right? We read it in Genesis 6 and 2. We were like that back then. Jake still has that same nature now. They like the nation, the woman of the other nation. They're going to deal with them. Therefore, throughout generations, what? They're going to look like them. That's why that great multitude is Israelites, not heathens. Okay? Hey, so I'm going to close it off there, man. By giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Lord willing, this lesson